The narrative continues, and here's the difference between me and CNN. And we need some other people to get some of that energy as well. Dan Le Batard. No, you made it political. Pearl necklace? They represented the United States of America. That means they were representing the Democrats, the Republicans. They were representing all of us, and you made it divisive. Responded to the Le Batard show, and I simply said, I don't know who these dudes are. I must be watching The View right now. I would have been equally happy for the hockey team if that had been Joe Biden's administration. It's not about Donald Trump. We should be talking about Jack Hughes, and we should be talking about Hellebuck. We should be celebrating these men. Get the out of here with this stuff. This right here is a moment for you to take the temperature of our country and conclude for yourself where we're at. It's not about Donald Trump. They represented the United States of America. How is your worldview if somebody just accepts recognition from the president that you didn't vote for? You're such a that you're going to make our gold medal winning athletes bad guys. You sound like children. You sound like children. Well, you talk to somebody else at recess that I don't like, so therefore we're not friends anymore. Now been 3 days since the United States men's hockey team brought home the gold from Italy the first time in 46 years. 46 years to the day, in fact, since the miracle on ice in Lake Placid, New York. And you'd think that the celebration would be in full swing, and it is among millions of right-thinking Americans. But the narrative continues to be put out there, and you knew it was coming. You knew that it was coming, that there were going to be people who found fault with the Olympic hockey team. Kash Patel going in and celebrating with them. Suddenly, that is allegedly some kind of a scandal, apparently, according to CNN. CNN has obtained footage of Kash Patel celebrating with the hockey team as though this is fucking Watergate or something, because the director of the FBI went and partied with the gold medal winning team on the heels of a dramatic overtime win, the first time we've won the gold medal in almost a half a century. But it's concerning to some. We talked about it on the program yesterday. Huffington Post, if you are, concerned about chance of USA and cheering for America, you're not alone. In your tribe of commies, you're not alone. We've got some people in this society that just don't want to enjoy a good thing. And I'm going to give you an example of it, a prime example of it, the Dan Le Batard show, which I don't watch to the point that it's completely irrelevant to me. I don't listen, I don't watch, I don't partake. I know who Dan Le Batard is. I used to enjoy him years ago on Pardon the Interruption. But I don't keep up with what he's doing other than when I see a video circulating. And I saw this one circulating on X yesterday, and I had to comment on it. I want to go to the videotape. I don't know who these guys are. I don't give a fuck who they are. All I know is that they're idiots. Roll tape and we'll react.
Like, that's the part in all of this, is that they're constantly saying, this whole group is constantly saying, keep politics away from this. Keep politics away from this. We don't want this to be political. You welcomed it in. You welcomed politics literally into your celebration and bringing Kash Patel into your locker room, or not denying him access. Not that would have been a very popular opinion amongst those guys, and maybe they didn't want that getting out. But you're making sort of a show with him right at the front as the biggest celebration.
And they went on, deeply concerned on the Dan Le Batard show about how the men's hockey team has invited politics. And look, you motherfuckers who think like that guy right there, okay? is so unhappy in his loathsome life that he can't even step back, breathe, and enjoy a once-in-a-half-century moment of America doing something good on the world stage. Because you don't like one person that was in the locker room afterwards. And you don't like the fact that they were welcomed to the White House to celebrate in the Oval Office the President of the United States, who won the Electoral College, who won the popular vote, who is so extreme and so vile that he has a majority of support in the country. Whatever you may think of him, that's the President of the United States. They're athletes. To call them pawns because they want to go to the White House and celebrate their victory, I don't care who the president is. Remember when it used to be a country where we said, I don't care who the president is, that's my president. At least in certain moments. And maybe winning a gold medal, a point of national pride, is something that we could, for 5 fucking minutes, set politics aside. See, these people, they can't let politics out of any equation at all ever, and then they blame other people for it. It's the U.S. men's hockey team's fault. They made it political. No, you made it political. Pearl necklace. You are the one who made it political. What are you talking about? Yeah, there you are. That's Medea is one possibility. It also looks like it could be from the Bad Bunny collection. Whatever, but I'm not going to take very seriously what any grown man in grandma's necklace has to say to me in the first place anyway. I'm not sure if there's enough testosterone coursing through his veins for me to care what he has to say, but let's take it on face value. It's fucking suffocating how some people cannot let go of whatever their petty gripe is, and they would find some point somewhere to latch onto in order to criticize a team that should be beyond reproach. What did that hockey team do? They went to Italy, they kicked ass, they took names, they represented Old Glory. They represented the United States of America. That means they were representing the Democrats, the Republicans, the fucking Green Party, every other independent, whatever it is. They were representing all of us, and you made it divisive. CNN made it divisive. Talking about Kash Patel, and I responded to CNN on X. I've been responding to some of this stuff. And I don't even think that it's political. I really don't even think that it's political. I responded to the Le Batard show, and I simply said, I don't know who these dudes are. I must be watching The View right now. Because you've got lady concerns. You've got blue-haired, 23-year-old liberal lady concerns in particular. And so there's CNN's tweet. CNN has obtained and authenticated this video of Kash Patel being fucking awesome. That's what you did. Congratulations on the incredible journalism that you have authenticated. The FBI director was acting fucking awesome after something good happened to the United States of America. And I tweeted, T.O., that's my FBI director. What, did you want him to not be excited? Do you think that's not cool? If he had been a Democrat, if he had been Joe Biden's FBI director, would it have been okay then? And here's the difference between me and guys like Pearl Necklace. And here's the difference between me and CNN. And here's the difference between me and the New York Times. I would have been equally happy for the hockey team if that had been Joe Biden's administration partying with the team. I would have been equally happy for the team and equally proud of my country if this had occurred during the Biden administration and they went to the White House and were greeted by what remained of Joe Biden. That would not have bothered me at all, because it's not about politics until you make it about politics, because you've always got to complain about something and interject your grievances into everything that's good. We've seen it happen with late night television. Can't enjoy late night television anymore because it's all got to be political. Can't enjoy watching ESPN anymore because it's all got to be political.